Old Man Sarge, back again. We are with Seerensey, level 30 wizard, and 4 bubbles in. I did take some significant time off this last week of the game and was doing some other things, which I will hopefully do some videos later on. But what I was doing is I was playing. I put out a game of Hail Caesar, which is a miniature war game, and I actually had 6 generals in the game, 4 division apiece. So there's like 3 generals per side, and it was Hellenistic forces versus the Romans, because those are the miniatures that I currently have, and it went over pretty well. We got some of the rules wrong, or at least I know now I did. So hopefully I can correct that the next time. But people seem to overall enjoy the game, so I hopefully will have another one going maybe in the summertime. I'd like to add a couple more units to each side, maybe before then, so that I've got more interesting units. But we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick video. We'll kill some elephants here. You can kind of see the way I kill them anyway. I think you've seen this with other things. I just hit them with a dot, or what the wizard's dot is. There's 2 different ones that I can use. There's one that's electricity, and then there's one that is cold oriented. I don't have to worry right now too much about these focus wheels being recharged, and I'm not really having to worry too much about the mana or my health points with yellow mammoths and white ones and blue ones. Now, you can't really see in the fog, but over here there's it's almost like a meteorite hit, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with these like stone creatures that are over there. It's kind of interesting that they're all hanging out in the crater where it looks like a meteor hit at some point. I was taking those when they were yellow and some orange ones, but I'm a little reluctant to just go all out and just assume that I can take every one of them. What ends up happening with me is on orange creatures, sometimes I will have a whole series of resists, like resist, and when that happens, then I have to make a quick choice. Do I stand here and fight them off, or do I run? And almost always, if I run, I die. Now I do have this potion right here, potion of rapid egress, and I recommend that anybody who's soloing, you should get some of these potions. It gives you 50% to your sprint speed for 90 seconds, and then it drops. Then you have a penalty against you. But by that time, hopefully you're beyond the enemy's grasp at that point anyway. So it's just kind of a grind right now. As far as the levels go, because I took a week off, there are 3 more people who are right behind me that are now the same level I am. Again, I'm not really overly concerned with the firsts, being the first to 20, 25, 30, whatever. I was the first to 30, but I may not make the first to 40. I work, I have a family, all kinds of things get in the way of being able to just totally concentrate on this game, and other people might be able to do it. So I'm not concerned about it. If it happens, it's great, but I'm not really that concerned about it. As far as the wizard goes, they haven't really done anything since I talked last time about the wizard. So they haven't really made the wizard worse or necessarily better. It's kind of just the same. And I think it's in a good spot. Like, I really don't have any complaints about the character. They did some changes like 2 weeks ago by extending the time that creatures will be blue to you, which I'm assuming means you get more experience for them. So that's nice, because when I was in Eastern Plains at level 26 and 27, it was absolutely horrific leveling up. And now I think it's a little bit easier for people to level up, so the people behind me will level fine. I didn't think that 28, 29, 30 would be difficult, and none of them really were. Like, they were all fairly reasonable levels, so I don't know if there's going to be another, because of this change, I'm not sure if there's going to be another, like, point at which it's going to get hard again or not. So the highest level on this server that I'm on now is level 30, and that's the same bracket I'm in right now. As far as grouping goes, there isn't a lot of groups that happen. So here it's a weekend, and this is the number of people that are on right now. So there's 18 people on right now, and only like a few of them, well, half of them I guess, are grouping. They're partnering up, or they're grouping with other people, so that's good. The anticipation though is that soon, I've heard all kinds of rumors on what soon means, but their intention is to release the druid soon. See, this guy's yellow to me, so he's a little bit rougher, but not too bad. So they're going to release the next character, I guess, soon. Maybe this next Wednesday, and that'll bring people back. Like, I think there's going to be, like, right now you're seeing 18, and I'm going to bet you that it at least goes up by 50% when the druid's released. But I think that you're going to see like half the players or more playing druids too. Now, am I anticipating playing the druid? No, not really. I think I will stay with the classes that I enjoy right now, which are the enchanter, the wizard, the shaman, which I truly think I'll enjoy if I start playing it, and I have a paladin going too, just to do a tank. But I'm not really that excited about tanks. There was a question that some people were having on other channels as to why people were quitting before the level 20, and I don't know. I guess I would say that almost every game that's come out, with a few exceptions, like I think WoW is an exception, and maybe Elder Scrolls Online was an exception, but almost all games that come out, they have this like surge of players that want to play it, and then there's, at some point, it could be 2, 3, 4 months later, people go and do something else. You know, they play a different game or whatever. They try out something else that's come out, and so they leave. They might still be somewhat active, but they're not really focused on the game. And I think they give reasons why they're not, like, well, I'll wait till the druid comes out and then I'll come back. And I've actually heard that from a couple people. or I mean, I've heard it about a couple of people. Like, that's what they've said. So it's probably a pretty common statement to make. And that means that I think they give themselves an excuse to go back and play whatever they liked before, whether it's WoW or a different game. So that could be concerning, because it could mean that the desire for the people who love this type of game, like EverQuest or this one, of having a game where you've got a really loyal player base, maybe it isn't as big as we had hoped. But I don't know. I think you can go back and look at EverQuest, that they're currently running on some independent servers or whatever, Project 99 or whatever it is. You can look at that, and I think there's still people playing that. And I think you can look at things like Warhammer Online, which I actually really enjoyed. Like, Warhammer Online was a great game in the sense that they really flushed the characters out, I thought. They were really fun. Like, they were very different, too. You had like 4 different wizards. You had a Chaos Wizard, you had a Dark Elf Wizard, you had the Bright Wizard from the... you had these different characters, the different kinds of wizards, and they all felt really different. Here, yeah, you've got different wizards, I guess. You've got your Necromancer, you've got your Summoner, and you have your Wizard. So I guess, in a sense, you have that. But I'm not sure that the differences are that wide. Like, for example, it's kind of interesting. You take a Bright Wizard and then you take a Dark Elf Wizard, and the way that they cast their spells I thought was pretty interesting. And kind of like this wizard here in this game, you can take damage if you overcast, like if you're doing too much. And that's the same thing that was happening, I think, with the Dark Elf Wizard. I think maybe the Bright Wizard too. Like, you could actually kill yourself if you went too crazy. So what else? They haven't introduced the Bard yet, or the Druid. So there's 2 classes that we don't even have in the game yet. And just as important to that, and maybe more important, they have not... There's still a number of zones that have not been implemented into the game. So I'm going to run by this thing real quick. See if I can get by it without triggering him. Yep, I did. So there's a lot of zones that they haven't introduced, and a lot of races. So I think their intent is to introduce some additional races. The funny thing about the levels that we have here, so there's 4 level 30s, and they're all elves. I'm an elf, and then the other 3 are elves too. One's a warrior, one's a cleric, and one's a druid. The fog went away. So Silent Plains is like the highest level, and they're not even done with it yet. There's big portions that aren't complete. And I don't know, there's probably more room in Eastern Plains too to add more content. And I would hope that at the same time they're adding all this content, or they're planning on it, they're also building out those zones that we don't even know about yet. We don't have access to. I'm excited about those too. It'll probably double the world on launch. That's the hope. And they'll probably have to do some changes to Wild's End a little bit to make it more desirable for people to play there. I don't know what else I can say. I don't, like, when you hit level 29, I would say level 29, 30, like around there, as far as me and Silent Plains, I haven't died in a couple levels now. Well, I shouldn't say that. I died at the very tail end of level 29 to get to level 30. And it was kind of irritating because I was really so close to leveling, and then I pushed it just a little bit too far and ended up dying. But I haven't died or even come close to it at level 30 yet. Although this mammoth might be the first one, right? No, he's not. And that was yellow to me, so wizards can easily take yellow and probably orange. I was talking to a guy who plays a summoner, and he said he was taking reds. And he was telling me how he was fighting like these group mobs by himself, and how he was taking them out. Like they might be green to him, or white, or not green, green or blue. And he was taking them out because he would just he could fight them for a long time. And he said, "Oh, you should do it. It's just easy." And I was like, "Well, the problem I have is I've got, I don't know how many spells I have. I maybe have 4 spells to cast off the focus wheels I have now. I can recharge them, and I might be able to get 3 or 4 if I can, like, manipulate them correctly. So I'm going to get 6 to 8 spells, and in that same time, I'll be taking damage. I mean, I can try rooting the thing, but a lot of these, like, group mobs have, especially like the ones that are solo in their group, like the griffins or whatever, I probably would need, the root may not even work on them. So I have to withstand their damage, and I'm kind of a glass cannon, and I have limited fire, so I'm not sure, and I don't know if I want to try it. I mean, maybe somebody who plays a wizard better than me has said, "Oh yeah, I've taken them no problem." So I try to stay away from the green, so far, the green group mobs or the blue, but on occasion I'll go and fight a white and I'll take it out. You know, and I don't get any experience for it, but I can get whatever the drop is that they got. So he was yellow to me. He fell pretty easily for me. So far, so good. So I just thought I'd check in with the video, and like halfway through 30, so I'll upload this, and then I'll try to get this done this week. I should be able to do it to get to 31 this week. So thank you very much for joining me. Talk with you next time. Have a great day.